Section 12 of Weird Tales Double Feature, The Skull and the Body Master, by Harold Ward. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Ben Tucker. The Body Master, Chapter 8. A man suffering from amnesia has, upon his return to normal, no recollection of what happened while he was in that condition. While I do not say that I was amnesiac in every sense of the word, yet my condition must have resembled that peculiar malady to a certain degree. I can positively state that I have absolutely no remembrance of the events which are described below. Yet they are in my own handwriting in my diary. My own idea of the subject is that I was in a sort of twilight sleep, as it were, not completely under Lessman's influence, yet partly so. I give the contents of my diary just as they were written, venturing the assertion, however, that they must have been put down several days after the events of the previous chapter. A strange thing has come to pass. The Body Master evidently bears me no ill will, for last night Avis and I dined with him. Ordinarily we are fed like animals, the food served out to us by a deaf and dumb mulatto who shoves the edibles through the bars to those who are too dangerous to be allowed outside their cells, while such of us as Lessman evidently considers harmless are occasionally permitted to dine at a long bare table in the hallway. Here we sit and wolf our food like swine, our only thought being to fill our bellies quickly, lest the others get more than their share of the meal. Imagine then my surprise last night when, an hour before time for eating, the mulatto brought to my room, for I am not yet confined to a cell, probably because I am not yet stark mad, a dress suit. Everything was there, even down to the studs. With it was a shaving outfit. Laying the things carefully upon my cot, he handed me a note. It read, "Let us forget our troubles for tonight. Dine with me. I have a surprise in store for you. Lessman." I was shaved and cleaned and feeling like a new man by the time the dumb servant called for me. Following him down the stairs, I was ushered into the large parlor. Lessman, in full dress, seized me by the hand and greeted me warmly, while an instant later Meta, looking truly regal in an elaborate décolleté, stood before me. But the real surprise came a minute later. Avis was ushered in, attired in some fancy gown. What man can describe a woman's dress? She looked like an angel from heaven. I pinched myself to see whether I was awake or dreaming. What object had the Body Master in this masquerade? How can I describe the dinner which followed? For weeks we had been on a diet of little more than bread and soup, and now we sat down to a feast. Lessman was the perfect host, Meta the perfect hostess. Under their deft manipulations we forgot ourselves, forgot that they were monsters, remembered only that we were honored guests. Never have I met as charming a conversationalist as he. The man is a veritable storehouse of knowledge, with the added ability of imparting it to others. He has been everywhere, seen everything. He is far too subtle for me. I have fallen a victim to his insidious wiles. Yet it is for another that I have sold myself, body and soul, to this monster. He knows that I love Avis. My every look shows it, and he is wise enough to seize the golden opportunity. That is the reason for all these courtesies, the dinner, the clothes, the brilliant conversation. Meta and Avis left the room, leaving Lessman and myself to our cigars. For weeks I have been without the solace of nicotine. Under the soothing influence of the weed and the charm of his conversation, I settled back in my chair, at peace with all the world. Lessman sensed my mood. He turned to me, his black eyes dancing with energy. "You are the first who has ever been able to combat my power," he said slowly, "and instead of being angered, I think the more of you for it. I need you badly. Without a man of your caliber, my work, my experiments must temporarily halt. You love the golden-haired girl in yonder, and if I am not greatly mistaken, she loves you. She is yours if you agree to my demands. Otherwise—" At a gesture the door opened. Into the room came the mulatto dragging a woman, a mere slip of a girl. In her eyes shone the light of insanity. Her hair was matted, her clothes in tatters and covered with vermin. Her talon-like fingers worked spasmodically as she babbled meaninglessly. I shrank back from her in horror. The Body Master stepped across the room, and with a sweeping movement of his hand drew back the curtain. In the further corner of the adjoining room sat Avis, a veritable queen among women, in conversation with Meta. He withdrew his hand, and the curtain fell again. He stepped back to his chair and reseated himself. The mute withdrew, dragging the poor insane creature with him. For a moment there was silence. Then Lessman turned to me again. "Within a fortnight," he said, "she, the girl in yonder, the girl you love, will be like that. I know the symptoms. Her mind is on the verge. It is for you to say whether she goes over the abyss. Obey my commands. Give me the assistance I demand, and the girl you love stays as she is now, the companion of Meta. Luxury, clothes, good food, everything that a woman cares for, will be hers. Refuse, and she goes back to her cell, to the squalor and dirt and vermin from which came the poor wretch you have just seen. You and you alone can save her." He stopped dramatically. There was but one answer. May God in heaven have mercy on my soul. I have become Lessman's partner in crime, an accomplice of that foul thing, the Body Master. I who have sworn to bring him to justice. But I have saved Avis. End of The Body Master, Chapter 8.